It's your boy Ant, man. I get this question all the time. Ant, how do I find drivers? How do I keep a driver happy? Ant, my drivers always quit, man. I need your help, Ant. I don't want to be in a truck no more, man. I want to scale up, but I can't find drivers. I need help. I got you, man. You know I got the solution to your problems. I went through this too back in the day. You know, you live and you learn. You're a boss. And you just got to start thinking like a boss. You hear me? You just got to learn. And then when you learn, you just got to apply. We all got to learn. Before we knew the things that we knew, it was a time where we didn't know these things and we had to learn. And then when we learn, we have to apply. So let's learn and apply, baby. Learn and apply. Learn and apply. Learn and apply. You hear me? All right, y'all. So how do I keep drivers? All right, y'all. So we're going to start it off like this. How do you find drivers? So for me, obviously, I could use Instagram. But do I always use Instagram? No, I don't. Sometimes I use Indeed. Sometimes I'll use ZipRecruiter. And you go post a job application. You want to make sure you're organized. You want to make sure you have a contract that protects you, protects the employee, protects the truck. You know, when it comes to taxes, are you going to W-2 them? And are you going to tax them? Or are you going to 1099 them and they pay their own taxes? Me personally, I 1099. They can handle that. I always keep it real up front. There's no benefits. You'll make your money and you can do whatever you want with your money. No, this doesn't come with health insurance. If you want health insurance, just invest in it. But I'm also not taking taxes out. Now, if I took taxes out, it'll come with the benefits. So that's the first thing. You want to make sure you get your contract down pat. And then obviously, as you learn, keep adding things to it. But basically, you want to stay in there that if they get hurt on the job, if they slip, if they fall, that they are responsible. That way we are eliminating them ever trying to come after your policy. You know, you got that $1 million, that $1 million insurance. You don't want them coming after that. The way I learned that is a dude actually was joking about it one time, and I didn't take that joke lightly. He acted like he was about to slip and fall. He was helping me unload. He was like, yo, I could slip on this lift gate right now and get that $1 million policy. And I said, oh, okay, all right. All right, and you know what I did? I had my camera recording them. I was damn sure recording them. After that, I said, oh, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and pull some stuff, and I got this camera right here. So yeah, man, I don't play like that. And then from this day forward, I don't really let people on my truck. Like if it's 12 pallets, 5 pallets, I'm loading it. I'm loading it myself, period. I be loading everything myself. Strap it in, secure it, all that. And then I avoid claims as well, because when you got someone else loading your truck up, once it's on your truck, you're responsible. Yeah, you can try to fight the claim and say they loaded it, I got proof, but it's hit or miss with that. They can still claim you in all reality because the load is on your truck. So I like to inspect the load, then I like to put it on my truck. Even if they got forklift, push it to the back. Put the next piece in front of that piece, push it to the back. I try to avoid people getting on my truck after that. Yeah, that kind of traumatized me a little bit because I just want to be 10 steps ahead. That these things can happen. People can try to claim you. Your truck is your business, you know? So I state all that in my contract. I state that if they damage the truck, they are responsible. So just get your contract together. You could go right on ChatGPT and say, hey, Chat, I need a contract for my driver. I pay them 20% of the gross. I want them to feel like a partner. If you have a semi truck, I'd say pay at least 30%. You know, that's a bigger truck, more risk, but 20% is good for non-CDL box truck. I wouldn't pay no less. I think 20 is fair. That's like 1/5 of everything that comes in, and pay off the gross, not the net. If you're going to pay off the net, then I'd pay like 30. So it really just depends what you want to do. I want my driver to get motivated once they see that rate come in. Oh yeah, I'm about to make 20% of that. Like for example, we just did 1,700 plus 1,200. That's 2,900 out of Texas up to Iowa. Both loads go to Iowa. They're about like 2-3 hours apart. Dang near $3 a mile almost. My driver off that load almost made $600 almost. It's going to be like a day run. 13-hour drive. So 11, 10-hour break, then finish it off. So it's probably gonna be like a day and few hour run. Now, how do you keep a driver long term? You want them to feel like a partner. You want to treat them like family. Like, no, you don't got to get super personal, but you can hear them out. You can motivate them. You don't have to get into all detail about your life, but you can hear them out. You can be there for them. Now, I know you don't have to be on the phone with them all day, but you should check in with them every day. Send them a text. Build that bond. Build that relationship. Let them know that they can trust you. Keep it real with them. Tell them to keep it real with you. Tell them loyalty is everything to you. Show them that you stand for something. A lot of people don't like hiring younger drivers. Well, my driver's 21. Best driver I ever had, ever. I had people that are older that act entitled. I had people that are younger that act entitled. You're going to go through a few things before you find a perfect driver. Now, yes, I got the platform. I got the Instagram. So people be like, and it's easy for you. I don't really hire off Instagram. Like the few times I did hire off Instagram, they treat me a certain type of way. Like they expect things out of me. Like they expect me to be perfect. They expect me to mentor them for free. They expect me to be on the phone with them all day. It's times where some of these people from social media get the truck and start like throwing it in my face in a way. And they know they're over the road and, you know, they got your truck. They trying to have you feeling vulnerable because they got your truck and they over the road and they trying to pull some BS. Like they could leave your truck and this and that. But if you want to avoid a driver ever putting you in that position, that's what the contract is for. And that's what you just go on Indeed or ZipRecruiter in whatever city and state they're in, and you find another driver. My driver's from Texas. You get what I'm saying? I hired a few drivers up here in the Northeast. I haven't had the best experience. I haven't. You don't always got to hire the driver that's around the corner from you or in the same state as you. My driver is from Texas. He's a hungry kid, and I actually mentor him now. He literally got this driver position and then saved up to invest in mentorship. This kid is hungry. Shout out to Sabo. That's my guy right there. I'm always make sure you good, Sabo. If you watching this, I'm super proud of you. And you're going to go very far in life with the mindset that you got. Let's get back to it, though. That's my guy right there, man. You hear me? I'm going to make sure he good. Well, just watch. Watch when he's 25, you're going to be at least up 6 figures. At least. At least. And by the time he's 30, you're going to be a millionaire. If not before then. My guy Sabo going to go far in life. And I'm going to always be there by his side. See, when people show loyalty and they do right by you, it gets deeper than mentorship. You actually, like, it's deeper than the money. It's like you got them. You're going to make sure they good. They got you. And that's how it should be. Another thing you want to do is you want your driver to look forward to the long term, right? What makes your company and job position that you have to offer different from the next one? Because if there's nothing different, they're probably just going to wind up finding a job that pays close to what you're paying them, and they can be home every day. They need something to look forward to. And what can they look forward to? You let them know 18 months of you putting hard work in and helping this company, I'm going to teach you how to run your own company and profit double that a week. If not triple sometimes. Say we gross 5,000 and you get 1,000 of that, you can go to grossing 2,000-3,000 a week. And you're going to have weeks where you gross 4, 5, 6 when you have them high grossing weeks of $8, $9, $10,000. How's that sound? Go hard for me 18 months. Go hard for this company 18 months. Go hard for yourself, most importantly, 18 months in your future. And I got you. I'm going to put you in position and we can put it in writing and get it notarized so it's official. You hear me? Now every day they're going to be at work ready to put that work in. This is why people can't keep employees, because the employees don't got nothing to look forward to. They need something to look forward to. This is what people don't understand. Why can't I keep employees? Your employees have nothing to look forward to. They want to be bosses too one day. Most people want to be a boss one day. They want to level up. There's no growth at your company. And if there's no growth at your company, teach them how to start their own. You get what I'm saying? See their loyalty. Let them help build the company for a few years and give them something to look forward to. That's why people can't keep employees. That's why people can't keep drivers. And even then, when you give people opportunities like that, they'll still mess up. I had one person leave my truck at the airport on the same day, my queen due date. My daughter's due date, same day. Dude left my truck at the airport, crashed it, got me fines, tickets. My truck's at the tow yard. He was blocking up where the trucks bring the oil in for the planes. That was one time. I had another guy that left my truck over the road and said I told him to put regular gas in my diesel truck. And then he leaves the truck and then tries to tell me to come get the credit card from him when the credit card was under the seat. Like he hid the credit card. So I'm like, what, you trying to line me up? So I don't like hiring people from social media, man. I don't got time for these games, man. Don't play with me. Like I don't got time for these games. And you go doing wrong, God not going to bless you. People go trying to do these little things and they think when they do wrong, it's going to work out for them. God ain't going to bless you. Don't come try to get over on me because we got a contract. I have your information. And yeah, you might have my information, but I didn't do you wrong. You did me wrong. But all these people, I wish them the best. I moved on. God bless them. I had a few other situations too, smaller situations. But people don't want to put that work in, man. So when you get a driver that actually wants to put the work in, you make sure they good. You hear me? You stick by them. You do right by them. You value them. Don't act like you're better than them because you got more money or you got higher power or because you know information that they don't know. Because they might learn that same information that you know one day and 10x what you ever did. Stay humble. Always stay humble. You get what I'm saying? Only be in competition with yourself. I'm only in competition with myself. That's why I came so far in life. That's why I don't mind giving everybody the game, because I want to see all of y'all be better than me. Because if y'all all make it to the top and y'all be better than me, y'all just gonna reach your hand down and bring me up with y'all. So since, you know, I'm making it far in life and I'm doing big, great things, I don't mind reaching my hand down and bringing people up, even if that means bringing them above me. Because you just gonna reach your hand down and bring me up with you. That's the whole point. And that's the problem with this world. Everybody want to be the first to do something, or everybody want to be above this person and above that person. Man, grow up, man. People act like females. Grow up. Grow up, man. This ain't bad boys club, bad girls club. What is we doing, man? Everybody want to be against each other. Everybody want to be competing. Grow up, man. Especially y'all men. Men act like the new females, man. For real. Like I be watching some of these truckers, right? Like, they don't be wanting to give me no credit, but they literally watch all my videos. They copy my content. They copy the way I do it. Every time I'm giving out a piece of game, they go trying to do it, but do it with a little better edit. Give me my flowers. Yeah, I've been giving out the free raw and uncut game since day one, especially the rentals. A lot of people ain't really know the rental game. And why everybody was always selling these little BS courses, account managers and lease on courses and this and that and this and that, I was giving it out for free. All of it. All of it. I'm giving out the free game for these people to go sell it. Literally. Literally. Give me my flowers, man. Help a lot of people make a lot of money, and I ain't competing with nobody. I just want to see people win. That's it. I just want to see people win. And if I can make a video that could change someone's life, if I can make one video teaching someone a rental game, or teaching someone a finance game, or teaching someone this, that, how to start their business, and I could put that in a video and that could change someone's life, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to sell it. The stuff that I actually sell is one-on-one mentorship, actually having me by your side. Stuff like running your company, because every day is going to be different out there on the road. So I can't sit there and make a video about what your day is going to be like. You got to actually have me by your side. Every day is going to be different. Even when you're back in Philly, or back in Texas, or back in Florida, or back in Georgia, every day is going to be different coming out that zone. And then you're running and route planning around an ELD. You're trying to do this legally. Not illegally like most, breaking their logs, messing up their MCs. We're doing this legally. So yes, you need a mentor to teach you how to run your business, and have that mentor by your side every day. I just had a mentor yesterday, broke down, 3 in the morning. I'm on the phone with him for 2 hours. Yo, what's up, bro, huh? Huh? What? You in Ohio? Huh? Yeah? You got an SCR code? Yeah? Saved him $1,000. He was about to call a mobile mechanic. I'm like, use the Zord. Reset the code. Saved him $1,000 just off that one phone call alone. Probably $3,000-$4,000. Because I remember when I had deaf codes and I was on my way from PA to Texas, I broke down like 6 times. And I had to call mobile mechanic each time. I didn't know about the Zord. I broke down like 6 times. And every time you call a mobile mechanic, it costs $500 to $1,000. Because they charge you for a call out fee. They charge you to hook the scanner up. Then they charge you a minimum of 2 hours, etc. They got a whole list of fees. So right there, I probably really saved him $4,000 or $5,000. Because he could have broke down 5 to 10 times on the way to the load. Because the truck, when the check engine light code comes up, sometimes it turns red, and when it turns red, your truck automatically shuts off. I could have saved him from an accident. You get what I'm saying? Just that one phone call. Yo, bro, you want to use your Zord? You want to clear that code. Worst case, you get your truck towed to the closest shop. Don't go wasting a bunch of money on mobile mechanics to come out and scan the code and not even fix it. You're having an SCR code that's in your DEF system. Look up that code. Go on ChatGPT. Go on Google. Type that code in. Boom, boom, boom. I'm on the phone with this man for like 2 hours guiding this dude. Guess what? He ain't stressing. He's at peace. He ain't might got to spend a little money. He knows he's good because he had Ant by his side. And Ant picked up that phone at 3 in the morning. My phone ain't usually open at 3 in the morning. You get what I'm saying? These are the things we game planned the night before. But I don't know. I just picked up. So yeah, so that service, mentorship, having that person by your side every step of the way, having that person that you can call to make sure that you're good, never have to stress, know that if you break down, you're good, route planning, how to really make that money out there on the road, how to really put them partials together, every zone and what they pay. Timing is everything. What I want at 8 a.m. ain't the same as what I want at 2 p.m. And it ain't the same as what I want at 11:30. And there's a time limit on partials. It depends. It depends on what day of the week it is and what zone I'm in. It's a lot that comes with that. That's what you're paying for. Actually learning how to make the money. But when it comes to starting a business, that ain't nothing but a video. That's a 2-3 hour video. I put that up there for y'all. I even give out a lot of free dispatch advice too. I used to do the live dispatching videos. But the problem is with that is now people are pointing fingers because the method that I did that day didn't work for them. And like I said, my method is different every day. That's what game planning is. So I'm going giving out all this free game. Now I got people reporting my page. Other truckers, man, ain't giving out the free game. We ain't going to be able to make money off our courses if ain't giving out the free game. And then I got other people that follow me. Ain't you're giving out bad information. I just did exactly what you did. I didn't tell you to do what I did. I just showed you what I was doing. It's not going to be the same for you. Every day is different out there on the road, man. You got to know what you're doing. I was in that zone that day. That don't mean I'm going to be in that zone the next day. That don't mean you're going to get that same exact load at that same exact timing. You got to know how to route plan it, man. You got to know your timing. You got to know how to put it together. There's a lot that comes with. You got to know how to negotiate and talk to them brokers, man. You got to know how to get the low details and properly put it together. It takes time, man. That's what they pay for. But any game that I can give out for free and drop it in a couple hour video, I'm going to do that. Man, repost, subscribe, show my page more love, man. Get the numbers up there, man. We about to be at 10K, man. Let's skip 10K and go to 20K, baby. Come on, man. But in this video, we covered how to keep your drivers happy, how to find your drivers. I didn't go over the posting. As far as posting, it's simple. I'm looking for a non-CDL box truck driver, ready to go OTR in parentheses or something like that, right? You chat GPT it, make it all professional. Then put in the description of what they're going to be doing. That way you're not wasting your time calling a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing. And then I only call the people that actually send the application, send their information, and are professional. If they just applied and they send me nothing and attach a resume, they don't got a resume on their profile, they just on there just clicking, I'm not hiring someone like that. They just quit. I don't got time for fast. I need someone that took a few minutes to actually look at this job position. I need someone that actually took time to upload a resume and answer the questions. You'll have a questionnaire, right? And sometimes they'll skip right through the questions. I need someone that actually took the time to fill out the questions. That's how you vet a good driver. You hear me? And like I said, treat them like a partner. Don't act like you're better than them. Be patient with them. Teach them. Be fair. Every now and then give them a bonus. Look out for them. Keep it real with them. Hear them out. And for my truckers, make sure you getting money. Because if you ain't making no money and you ain't booking no good loads, they ain't making no money. They not about to work for free. And if you ain't making much money and you taking these cheap behind loads, you're going to have to pay them a little bit more to make it make sense, man. You got to pay your drivers, man. Plus, they over the road. They could be doing anything else. Got to show them love. Get them a hotel every now and then. Invest in a sleeper. Put it on top of your truck. Go to Shan GT. Get the box truck and special. Get the heat, the air. It's 7 feet long in a sleeper. Y'all men could sleep in there comfortably. Get the box truck and special. Don't try to be cheap. Invest. You try to be cheap, you're going to get cheap results. That's just how it goes. But all right, y'all, I'm about to end this video. No matter what you're going through, keep your head up. You got this. It gets greater later. It might not make sense now, but it will make sense later. You got this. Keep your head up. Another big thing that I forgot to add is showing love and offering a meal. Every now and then after a decent load where they just put a lot of pain in, offer them a steak dinner. Offer them a Texas Roadhouse $30, $40 dinner. You get what I'm saying? Get them a nice dinner. Offering your drivers dinner every now and then, it's going to show them that you care for them. No, you don't got to do that every day, but offer it every now and then. My drivers sleep in the truck, but I let them know what it was before they actually got over the road. So when I offer a hotel, they appreciate that. It's like a blessing, which will usually be like on the weekends when we're doing our reset, when we're sitting, maybe like once, twice a week. You just want to show your drivers that you care about them, man. You don't want them to feel like they just got the job and you just kicked them to the curb. That's why most people can't keep their drivers. And if you made it this far, I'm proud of you. You're going to go a long way in life. You're going to go real far in life, I'm telling you. Let's keep growing together. If you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything. God bless you all.